Trade wars. What is it your Uncle Ollie always says? I can't hear you. Don't what? Don't panic until I say it's time to panic. We got very easy, simple solutions coming up. Good morning everybody and welcome back to Walking the Blunt Blade with me, the handsome dude. Let's discuss all things tariffs. Now I want to keep away from allowing people to believe that I want to incite a trade war, because I'm not. I think Trumpy's done that successfully himself. We need to be aware of, I'm not saying any government's perfect, but in this case, and one of my favorites to pick on is the American government, regardless of who's in power. We need to be very careful of what information we're fed and how that might make sense or not make sense. So in support of Trump's trade war against the world, J.D. Vance said the following.
People have gotten rich from American jobs moving overseas, but American workers have not gotten rich. And frankly, American companies have not gotten wealthy from the increasing growth of foreign competitors manufacturing overseas.
I think we need to understand that that's not true. The world's largest companies are American companies, Apple being the greatest. So I'm not sure it's a matter of tariffs, but rather business policies. I think in all fairness, trade policies need to be reviewed around the world and understood correctly. So Trump came out with his, I don't know what he called it, but his idea for tariffs, saying something like this.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day.
Donald Trump's presidency now at war with world trade. His administration drawing up a grab bag of grievances against every nation on the globe.
We're going to have to go through a little tough love, maybe, but they all understand.
Australia sitting at 21st place on the Trump hit list to be smacked with 10% tariffs.
Australia bans, and they're wonderful people and wonderful everything, but they ban American beef, yet we imported $3 billion of Australian beef from them just last year alone. They won't take any of our beef.
Australia bans uncooked US beef and pork to prevent livestock diseases like mad cow.
Now, the reality is, as you just heard, there's reasons why Australia does what it does in regards to its beef imports and exports. And it doesn't seem unreasonable, on top of which I would argue Australia probably has better beef. And it was argued in a similar fashion in regards to the German automobile industry and the tariffs placed on American cars. But I think we've got to be logical about this and reasonable, and that is the only saving grace is that there's no conversion costs, because Americans seem to know what side of the road to drive on. Awesome. But then we've got to ask ourselves further questions. Like, one, who really wants to drive an American car? I've driven them. They're no better or greater than any other car. Not technology-wise, not safety-wise, not anything-wise. And that's it. That's the first point of call. Who really needs an American car? But beyond that, further logically, I mean, German cars are generally small. There's a reason for that, because we have a lot smaller country. Like, Maybe if America stopped building tanks. Further to that, you've got to ask yourself, do they meet emissions regulations? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Do they meet safety standards? And I'm talking about Euro safety standards, not American safety standards. Are they built specifically to be able to handle places like the Autobahn? There's significant differences in different countries, and if you can't cater, well, you kind of oust yourself, and a tariff isn't going to fix that. So here is what I've said on numerous occasions for many years. America needs to become great again by itself. America is not a free country. America is not a liberator. I actually view them very oppositely. American culture should not be needed in the rest of the world. If world leaders are clever, we need to not cause a trade war. That's been done. We need to now just boycott America in all trade, and any trade deals we have should be cut off immediately. Donald Trump is used to not getting what he wants. He's a failed man. He has gone bankrupt at least 5 more times than most people in the world. Yeah, we get this. From his first term, we understood that no way, even when he said he was going to make Mexico pay for the wall they didn't want, it was never going to happen. We understand that Donald Trump doesn't speak truth or reality, and I'm not trying to have a go at him. We just understand that America needs to become great by itself. The rest of the world can very comfortably survive without trading with America. So again, I call for the world to just logically think it out. We can review all the trade policies. We don't need America. Let America sit and become great for, let's say, a good 2 years. Let's see what happens. World leaders must now stand up and show some kahunas, some balls, some integrity, some logic, because Donald Trump, at the end of the day, is doing nothing different to any other US government. He's just bullying people. And that's unfortunate. He does that because he loves his country, but he also does that because he's a moron and doesn't know what he's talking about. So now it's time for the rest of the world to unite together. I'm calling on everyone and just boycott America. Let America become great. And once we deem them great, or more importantly me, then we'll include them back into trade and other things. By the way, I've said this lots too, we all need to drop out of NATO. Have a good morning, everybody. Cheers.